So one of the most common questions I get asked is, how do I get into dermatology? You're a PA or a PA student, you're graduating soon, or maybe you already graduated, you love dermatology. I understand that, I have that same passion. So what next? It seems like the market's flooded. You're in a desirable town like Charleston where people want to move from everywhere in the country and they want to work in dermatology. There's a limited number of practices and there are PAs everywhere already looking for the same jobs. Well, that's why I'm making this video. So if you look on the internet, if you look for posted jobs, you're probably going to be up against too many competitive PAs who have a lot more experience than you. It's not likely to yield results, because if you found it online, think how many other PAs probably already found the same job posting online, and you're competing against all of them. AAPA, SCAPA, your state organization, they're going to have postings in forums for jobs, and you can certainly try those, but if you're not very experienced, you don't have a lot of dermatology experience already behind you, you're probably not going to get those positions. So what else can you do? Well, I've got a list of things I'm going to go over the whole thing with you. Number one is network. So how do you network exactly? Well, spend some money and time on this. This is your career. You have a multi-million-dollar career that is going to encompass thousands of hours of your life, probably 2,000 hours a year of your life. This is important. Spend the money, get memberships in SDPA, in your state branch like the SC SDPA. Join any organizations that revolve around dermatology. Go to the dinners, go to the events. Sign up for volunteering. Volunteer in your local community at places like the Dream Center Clinic or free clinics, they're everywhere. Network with dermatologists, network with derm PAs. Get to know some, build those relationships individually. Another big tip I have for you that really will pay off is network with reps. Drug reps know the jobs before anyone else does. They know all the news, they know all the gossip. They find out that a derm PA in your community is actually pregnant, hasn't told anyone yet. They know there's a derm PA in your community who's engaged to a resident who matched in Wisconsin and they're gonna move soon. They'll know these things before anyone else does. And then you get this tip, you can go this practice before anyone even lists that there's a job available. You swoop in, you're right there in the right time, you're available. You can start today and you take advantage of that opportunity. Reps also are good resources for honest discussion about practices you do or don't want to be involved in. There may be a practice that has had high turnover. Why is the turnover so high? Are the PAs being pressured to do things that are unethical? Are they put in satellite clinics with little to no supervision and training? So reps are really priceless. And how do you meet reps? Is you go to events. With COVID restrictions lifting soon in 2021, dinners will be open soon. Events, teaching events, speaking events are a great place to meet other dermatology PAs and reps in your community. So what else? Cold call. So like I said, if you're looking at just the places who are advertising, you're gonna miss some things. Contact practices that are not actively looking for PAs. Contact practices that have one PA or no PAs. Maybe it's something that the owners or the supervising physicians there have thought about, and their peers and colleagues have PAs, and they've always wondered, well, what would that look like? How would that work? So you approach them, set up a meeting, I recommend, with the physician. Don't meet with the office manager. You don't want to be considered ancillary staff. You want to be considered a revenue generating colleague, a peer with the physicians. You are someone who pays the office manager's salary by generating that income that pays everyone's salary. So I would say meet with the supervising physician. If you meet with the HR or the office manager, they're going to pull up a ledger and say, oh, it doesn't look like we're hiring PAs right now. Well, of course you're not hiring PAs right now. That's why you're there. But talk to the physicians, the owners, and they say, you know what? I've kind of thought about this. Can you tell me how that works? And you come in and you explain how it works. And basically you sell yourself and make a position, create a position that wasn't there. And I will tell you, Many of Charleston's dermatology PAs, that's exactly how they got their jobs, was approaching a practice that did not have PAs ever. Another option, a bit bold, a bit controversial, is the fellowship or the internship. Now, there are formal ones, but there are also informal ones. For example, in my practice, we have had 6 PAs spend anywhere from 6 months to 2 years working at our office as a medical assistant. Hold on, I know what you're thinking. That is not what the SDPA recommends, and that's true. But listen, I did it, and I've seen lots of others do it, and then go on to have successful careers. Think about this. Dermatologists do a residency for years. They work for very low income, practicing dermatology as a MD physician, but they get valuable experience. They learn, they gain that education and that footing that then leads to a lucrative position later on. So why should it be different for us? Why should we expect a physician who's worked so hard and their time is worth so much to just train us for nothing and pay us $100,000 straight out of school when we know very little about dermatology? Why should we get so much privilege beyond what the MDs get? And maybe we shouldn't. So that's what people have done in our practice. We've had PAs come in and work with dermatologists, work with board certified physician dermatologists to gain knowledge, gain experience, and then leverage that to then get full PA positions in other practices. What else can you do? Some people might want to get a master's degree in dermatology like University of Nebraska has. I did that a long time ago. You may want to get a diplomate status through the SDPA. Now, to do that, you have to meet certain criteria. You have to work with a board certified dermatologist, for example. Publish something in JAPA, for example. What I would say is the more things you get out there, the more people you know, the more contacts you make, the more time and money and effort you spend into this, the more likely you are to find what you're looking for. All right, I hope that helps, and I wish you all success. Have a good one.